Hi everybody, so today, October 12th, is World Arthritis Day. So I decided to share a little bit about my story with arthritis. Originally I was gonna have all these facts and statistics that I was gonna share with you about arthritis. I even have my note cards with some stuff written down on them, but you can very easily go into Google, type in arthritis facts and statistics and get the same information that I was gonna share with you. If that is something you're wanting to do, the Arthritis Foundation has a wonderful website that tells you all that information. But I'm going to share my arthritis story with you. A lot of people don't know that I have arthritis. It's not something I really talk about because I don't like the attention of it, because most people don't think somebody my age has arthritis. So I was diagnosed with osteoarthritis back in 2013 when I was 15 years old. So osteoarthritis is the most common type of arthritis. And something you might not know about arthritis is it can be treated, but it can't be cured. There's nothing that can cure arthritis. It's just there. Unfortunately, there's not much you can do about it. I do have a few facts and statistics that you probably can research as well, but 350 million people worldwide have arthritis, and a quarter of that is kids. So this isn't just something that happens to older people. Most people, when you think of arthritis, you think of somebody like your parents or your grandparents or somebody who's significantly older than you. But when I was diagnosed, I was only 15 years old, and I wasn't thinking that I was going to get arthritis as a 15-year-old. That's not what a 15-year-old thinks is going to happen. So like I said, osteoarthritis is the most common form of arthritis, and it is most common in people who are over the age of 60. But like I said, it happens to younger people too, usually after a joint-related injury, which happened to me. I was injured in gymnastics. So when I originally went into the doctor to kind of figure out what was up with my back, they looked at me and they're like, "Ashley, you have a back of an 80-year-old. And I'm like, well, that sucks. That's not good. And I didn't know how to feel. So, I was in pain for so long that when they finally diagnosed me with something, a part of me was relieved that there was something wrong. I just wasn't in pain for no reason. But I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what arthritis was. I didn't know what the road ahead of me had in store. I had no idea what was going to happen. Growing up an athlete, I was used to injuries coming, dealing with them for a little bit, and going. I was used to sprained ankles. Stay off it for 2 weeks and you'll be fine. It took me a long time, and it still kind of takes me a minute to, accept the fact that this isn't something that is going to go away. This is something I'm going to have to deal with for the rest of my life. So a few months back, my back was hurting really bad again because I have arthritis in my back. So I went back to the doctor, and they took, some scans, some MRIs, and a little piece of me was just praying that something else was wrong that they could just fix and be done with. But when they got the scans back, they were like, well, nothing's new. It's just getting worse. And I'm like, you're telling me that my back is getting worse. I'm 20 years old. How can my back be getting gradually worse? I haven't been doing anything. And they were just like, well, that's just how it is. It's just going to keep getting worse. So once I was told that kind of hit me hard. And like I said, that was only a few months ago. And I do my best to stay positive about it because that's really the only thing I can do at this point. But I was talking to a friend about it, and they looked at me and they're like, do you realize that you have just a life full of pain ahead of you? And I'm like, I do realize that. But that's not the way I want to think of it. I think of this as something that I can strengthen myself from and build myself up from. Arthritis is just a very, very small piece of who I am. Arthritis does not define me. When I was originally diagnosed and I was in a lot of pain, my family understood, but my friends didn't. They did not like that I was crabby. They didn't like that I was always in pain. They didn't like that I didn't want to go out and do anything because it hurt. So I didn't have many friends when I was in middle school and high school when I was dealing with this. Actually, it would have been high school. Yeah, high school, but whatever. They didn't really want to give me the time of day because they knew whatever I was going to do, I was going to be in pain. And I did have a very select amount of friends, very few friends who stuck by my side throughout it all, and they're still by my side to this day. But looking back at it, people didn't understand what I was going through. They just thought like, oh, she's in pain, whatever, like she can get through it. But it's not that easy. You can't just get over it. You can't just get through it. It's something you have to work hard for every day. It's something you have to think about. I mean, if you want to stay on top of it, you gotta prepare yourself, and you gotta work hard for it. So the few of the things that I have done to relieve my pain is, originally I took pain meds that the doctor prescribed, and I didn't want to take those. I didn't want to be on pain meds for my arthritis because I'm young. I don't want to rely on pain meds keeping me pain-free. And the thing that really did the most for me was physical therapy, strengthening my body. The fitter I was and the healthier I was, the less pain I was in. And I found that to be key. So I do my best to stay healthy and to stay fit, because I know if my back starts to hurt a lot, it's probably because I haven't been working out and keeping my body strong. So I know if I keep myself physically strong, my pain isn't going to be as much. Another few things that have helped with my arthritis was I had a rhizotomy procedure. I had 4 chest procedures of those and 2 more permanent ones. So with the rhizotomy procedure, I think I'm pronouncing that right, but under x-ray, they stick a needle into your spine, into your nerve endings, and then they burn off your nerve endings so it stops like radiating pain everywhere. So, yeah, that's stellar and lovely. Yeah, so there's that. So looking back at 5 years ago compared to now, I am a completely different person. Yes, I am still in pain. It's very rare that I go a day without being in pain, but I know how to manage it now. 5 years ago, I couldn't even stand up. Whenever I stood up or I tried to breathe or I tried to walk, I would be in so much pain that I wouldn't be able to do anything. So it's kind of uplifting to see how far I have come. And when you look at what I'm trying to do with my life, it's not that easy, especially dealing with some pain like I am. I mean, I'm pursuing a career in racing. I want to be a race car driver. That's what I want to do with my life. And that takes a toll on the body in the first place. So if I want to do that and I want to be good at it, I need to keep myself as physically strong as I possibly can so my back isn't going to be a factor in anything I do. Like I said earlier, arthritis is not who I am. It's just a small piece of my life. And to be completely honest with you, I'm fine that I have it. I wouldn't want to change anything, because having arthritis has made me so physically and mentally strong that I would not want to change a single thing about my past with it. Yes, it sucks. I mean, obviously, if I didn't have it, it would be better, but I don't have a choice. I have it, and I'm stuck with it. So I might as well be as positive as I can, because that's all I really can do at this point. So, kind of wrapping things up with my story, if you have arthritis, it's not the end. You can work through it, and you can push through it, and you can still chase your dreams and do whatever you want. It is just a small factor of who you are, and there are so many things that you can do to help reduce your pain. And I know there's so many people out there who's in a lot more pain than I am when it comes to arthritis. So I know it's hard, and I know it's hard to deal with, and I know it's difficult to come up with things that motivate you. But for me, racing motivates me, and racing gives me something to look forward to and to train for and to work for and to keep physically and mentally fit for. So don't let your arthritis slow you down. It shouldn't. You should use it to motivate you. Be stronger than it, conquer it, and never stop chasing your dreams, because it's just a small piece of who you are. So yeah, if you have any questions about arthritis, you can feel free to message me. I'd love to talk to you about it. Or if you have arthritis and you'd love to share your story with me, I'd really appreciate it. Like I said, I could have, blown you up with all my facts and statistics, but I decided not to put that in here. Well, not as much of it in here, because you can very easily just look that kind of stuff up. But yeah, so today, October 12th, is World Arthritis Day. So I want you to think a minute about all the people around you. How many people there are around you. Well, there's probably a few of them who have arthritis, whether you know it or not. Sometimes people don't talk about it. I've accepted the fact that I have this and it's not going away, and I like to share my story because I want to inspire and motivate other people to keep going and keep chasing their dreams.